Good morning.
Morning, Hayden.
How are you?
All good, you?
Yeah, not bad. Good. Cool. Alrighty. Let's get started. Let's check the news. No news, not until US session. Then we've got unemployment claims, and we've got Powell speaking. Late one. Let's see what he says. See if he walks back any of this dovish rhetoric that had been put into his mouth. We had Chinese news overnight. So Chinese inflation starting to drop back again. Producer side inflation as well, negative. So this is year on year, not month on month. So their productivity could be on the decline, which they're one of the major trading partners with Germany. So that could lead to a decline potentially. The other thing about this, the other wind. Hey Peter. The other thing that's going on though is with Chinese production seeming to falter, productivity seeming to falter, that is having less demand on oil, and we are seeing oil on the drop as well, which is actually positive for business. So we've kind of got conflicting little ideas with that one. So we're seeing oil really start to crater, which was nice because we had sales going. But it dropped from all the way. Jim, are you still holding that sell? That it should be hit profit by now for surely 600 pips. Was it George or Jim that had that?
It wasn't me. No.
Might have been George. But that's, Sarah definitely would have had it. Those sells all the way back down to 75, 76, which is nice. So with that, we'll see what it is, but that's only another little bit of news that was sort of over the overnight. Looking at financial juice, we don't really see anything really. Haydos he spoke about inflation as well in Japan. Fed's Harker, he was been a bit of a hawk, saying rates should stay high as inflation fight goes on. But yeah, sort of just a kind of poor trading conditions this week, as in terms of like stimulus to look forward to. There hasn't been, hey Daniel, Marion, Alan, there hasn't been a whole lot to look forward to. So it's just the random sort of news events that comes out. Let's expand this chart now. I got a headache. I didn't sleep much at all last night. So let's hope I don't make any boo-boos. Okay, so why is my computer super slow? Can I turn it off? Anyway, okay, A-roll. So daily, we opened with no bottom wick. We just rallied and rallied and rallied. Did anyone watch the trade breakdown video that I posted? There's only a few views on it, so I'm guessing a lot haven't. But it was some interesting price action yesterday and today. Sorry, yesterday in both sessions. Okay, so we created a bit of a support now, and we didn't take the low, but we definitely took the high. And this high area was a lovely, lovely little section up here on the 4 hour. Then we had a bit of a rejection afterwards, but the area I wanted to flag was kind of like this area, like all these wick rejections. This is where we went and took a whole bunch of liquidity from, and we did see a nice reaction from here. Oh, no problem, Rob. So we pushed down. We didn't quite break into this area for those sells to play out. So maybe today's the day, who knows. But then we did have a buy idea that if we could be breaking above this wick into this 4-hour resistance area, pretty sure that once we start, if we were able to push up, which we did, if we could break above this wick and close above it, have a little pullback, and then it made sense to target this wick. Pretty sure at that stage, algos will be kicking in, and then they'll be tumbling over each other to buy, which created this big push up. Took out this, or pushed into this little rejection area, and then we had the exact same setup, almost exactly the same time in to the new the volume session that created this reversal, and I would have missed this one as well. Hey Debbie. So I mean, if I stuck to my rules, I'll show you why. So 3 hour ended up just being like a rejection wick and then another rejection wick. So this kind of creates a bit of a scenario that we could just find ourselves ranging inside of here, but if we can close underneath this area, then we're pushing down again. And this is starting to look like it's starting to look like a range. It's starting to look like a range if that's the case. So that could be a bit of a tricky situation to deal with, but however, closing underneath this area, 15,160, the idea that I gave afterwards in the stream, that if we were able to close back below 15,150 or 15,130, then I'll be looking to take sells down to the base of this candle again. So that's what these dash line, these time alerts are. Okay, so let's go to the 2 hour now. 2 hour, we've just really in the last since we had that big push up and then the correction, we've just consolidated in this area, and this zone, I was going to delete it because of this spike up and then back down, but I've held it just because Asian session is sort of respecting it a bit. So that's, yeah, otherwise I'm pretty close to like just removing this one and then just looking at the areas above. 1 hour, we've got Asian session started and no bottom wick, so that's what all this little line is here. I'm keen for sells. I know I keep on sort of harping on that, but I am sort of uneasy for extended longs without this candle down here having been filled. So I would like to see, I really would love to see this 30-minute candle. This is the hour time frame, but when we go to the 30-minute candle, I'd really like to see it sort of leave a rejection. Then that could, we could easily get sells in, especially if this candle can close like this, and then this one here, then we can get something closed underneath here. Then I think we can really start to push down. We need to create a bottom wick. We've got a daily candle so far without a bottom wick. That's what I'd like to see. Okay, so sells are sort of what I'm leaning to for now. Let's go to 45 minutes. Same thing, not much more to see here. We had an impulsive move up. We had a bit of a correction, and now we're just consolidating in the center. So we've kind of got wick rejection above current price, and we're right in the center. So that makes it a little bit, again, not the nicest week we've been seeing for the open. 30-minute. Now this is the candle. We're just waiting to see what is he going to tell us. What is he going to tell us? Let's drop all the way down and we'll just discuss the price action from yesterday. What have I done? 33-minute chart. That's not going to help us. 3-minute chart. Here we go. Let's replay some of this data. Okay, so what we had with London, as we know, yesterday, I was looking for sells and I was looking for price to slow down at one of these levels. And then some people were looking to buy up to this level, which played out like lovely. That was absolutely nice. My bias was down. we had our first rejection candle, this one here. And then price just, I actually remember on the 5-minute time frame, I actually entered
Morning,
on this.
guys.
Morning, Sarah. On the 5-minute time frame, I actually did enter as we were breaking this low. And then I was concerned. I entered like this. Entered as it was breaking the low. Stop losses above it. Targeting down to here. But because I'm always concerned now with this. I see. Okay. Chris M. See you in 10. As I entered, because of the prop account challenge, it was the 3 pips entered around 130.8, 3.2 spread later, entered down here, and I was like, shit, that's a bit further away than I wanted to be. And I saw on the 3-minute time frame that we had this candle that came down to trigger me into the trade. It had to open with no top wick and just push down. And I was like, oh, well, why don't I just, I'm probably going to have drawdown and price will come back and then it will go down. So why don't I just exit this trade, and price was down here somewhere. Then I thought what I'll do is I'll wait to re-enter like this. And then I'll take this. Never quite came back to take that no top wick. But the price action that actually pointed out was these two combined. And that's the kind of same thing we're seeing on the 3-hour, that we saw price reject this candle here, rejects the wicks to the top and close bearish. The next candle rejects the base of that candle and then closes bullish but doesn't break the high. So these two alone, if this was a 6-minute chart, would be like a kind of like a doji range candle. Let's see if it shows up. So here, doji range candle. So then it was simply a matter of like, if we can get something that can close underneath this area, then don't look for it to go back up and retest. Just look for it to, once it's broken out of the range, to drop down. So I was like, that's kind of interesting. So let me just check that to see how frequent that occurs. And it was actually crazy. Like I was pretty busy. I was holding Maddie, literally couldn't do anything, but I was getting updates from my friend Bill, and he was saying about like how much liquidity this run up is. So I went for a walk at this stage. This is the idea that once we close back above 15,195, little retest, and then go long. That's when the algos will be kicking in. So that was that nice move, and then we saw price just rally all the way up. And then took all this liquidity. So much freaking liquidity got taken from like all of this. If we go to like the 4-hour chart, all this liquidity that was lying in the lower time frames at these top wicks. Okay, just a ton of it. Even more if it like pushed up another 15 pips, there would have been like a mega amount if it pushed all the way up to here. But at this stage, this is when I definitely was busy. I couldn't catch it, but we saw this candle. Okay, this candle run up. We had a little rejection candle. Then we had another one. So can you see the similarity between these two? Like these three here and these three over here. Can you see that there's quite a bit of similarity? These three. Let me try to get both in the same frame. Okay, these three and these three. Now, the timing of these, like, see, like as it pushed up and then the little rejection candle, 8:30, so 30 minutes into the London session. This one here, down the bottom, you can see it was. Oh, that's not the one yet. Let's go forward a bit more. Oh, it was that one. Yeah, sorry. I was looking at the little push it there. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. My head's in another place. 8:30, 30 minutes into the London session, and then these ones 3 minutes. This is at 14:50, 14:51, 14:54, 14:57, and then this candle here was at 3 o'clock. Okay, so 3 o'clock is 30 minutes after NYSE. So New York Stock Exchange opens at 14:30 UK time, or 9:30 New York time. So 30 minutes into the open. It's taken 30 minutes to do this run up, 30 minutes to do this run up, and then basically 30 minutes into the open. Just look at the kind of like a run up, rejection wick, rejection from the downside, no top wick, down. A run up, rejection from the top side, rejection from the bottom side, 2 of them though in this case, but then no top wick, just straight down. Hey Nick, how are you? So yeah, that's like, and then after that it just absolutely tanked. Absolutely tanked. So we'll play it forward. I mean, if you got an entry from up here, with all this liquidity being taken, you know, you're looking, even with like a conservative risk reward, looking to trade back down the structure, which I know a friend did. You're looking at a mega trade. A mega trade. Yeah, it depends when your stop loss was as well. I know people are going to be like, oh, you're buying the high and stuff like that. But when you've got so much liquidity being taken and all this, like this is just a massive run, basically a continuous run up of 200 pips straight. I mean, there's a lot of gravity at this stage that can pull price back down. Anyway, I thought it was really interesting, this price action. And then obviously we're very late in the session. Price does what it wants. So anyway, that's yesterday. So that was sort of like that's the news yesterday. That was interesting price action. Didn't really expect to see. I said like if we can get up to here, I think this is an easy trade. I didn't expect this continuation. I didn't expect that bit. So now we had Asian session kind of bullish. Euro session, we've been getting a nice little pop, pretty consistent, in that like normally Frankfurt Open is right over here. This is the Frankfurt Open, and we've been getting a nice push in this first hour of the pre-London. It's been pretty consistent, so let's have a look at that. Okay, so like around this time from UK time, 6 to 7, we can get in like a nice little pump from here. Nice little drop here. Same thing. Get a nice little drop. It's like they forgot that it's daylight savings, and the German Open moves now starting an hour later, which isn't the case, but it's just interesting to see. Okay, so we're just holding tight now, just waiting to see what this 30-minute candle is going to do. Yeah, that was the other thing. That was the other thing I was going to talk about, actually. That there is a correlation now that when we have enough, depending on the amount of liquidity that's been taken, and it can be a little bit difficult to calculate exactly like what kind of liquidity has been taken, to quantify, sorry. But if you do start seeing if enough liquidity has been taken and it creates that liquidity candle, then price doesn't, I prefer it to retest the wick, but it doesn't need to retest the wick. It just needs to retest this candle. Okay, so in this, if you saw it, this would have been a retest. This no wick candle could have broke the high, or gapped higher than the one to the left and then just dropped. But then the London Open one that I missed yesterday, this one here, if enough liquidity is being picked up, it doesn't need to retest the wick. That's just a personal preference.
Ugh.
It only needs to retest the candle, which is what this one did. I want Frankfurt Open to sweep up one more time. If there's a strong bearish displacement at London Open, look for a sell. That sounds good, mate. I think we're on the same page there. Okay. Where was my other candle gone? I mean, I've seen this a lot. I've seen that a lot. So this is the little range that I've got. So if something can be closing underneath here, I'll like to take it down. Hey, Tom. Okay, let's go all chart view. Easier sells, of course, are going to be ones that... Easier sells are going to be the ones that are underneath here. These ones. These will be the easier sells, especially if we can do liquidity grabs first. Buys do make sense as well, because we've got a lot of bullishness here. I just think any buys, I mean, we are doing short-term sells and scalps anyway, trades, day trades. Buys do make sense to retest this high. Personally, I'm looking for sells. I find it easier that if you just stick to a bias with German 40, then you'll be able to find a trade. But if you start flip-flopping your bias, it'll be pretty hard for you to you'll find you'll lean into those buys after you've seen a bullish move, and then you're closer to a counter trend. Most of the time. That's my personal preference, personal experience. Okay, so anyone got any other feedback, ideas? What are you thinking?
The zones are good.
Thank you.
I had this marked up, which we've already retested the 50% of, and this fair value gap has now been filled. So it wouldn't shock me if we just sweep in this area and then push straight down. But I've been wrong before.
Let's hope it gets that momentum to the downside. I mean, so far this 30-minute candle for this 30-minute candle has been a liar this week.
Yeah, it's been piggy.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, that's why I'm cautious to oversimplify anything. And it's a great reference candle, but we do need to make sure that when that reference candle is so close to a critical zone, then not to marry it, because it can be a liar.
But I said you've got a fair few zones here that haven't been swept yet. Like I can't draw on that. You see to the left of that little line I've just drawn, you've got a wick candle there.
Yep.
So once it sweeps this box, it only has to just touch above it, and it can just shoot straight down from there.
So 15-minute no top wick. Oh, Bill, are you here? Are you listening in?
I'm here at the moment, but I'm sort of ducking in and out.
Okay. I was wondering if it was possible to pull stats that if we had a candle, a bullish 30-minute candle, that particular one. This particular one, the current one now, between 7:30 to 8 UK time. If the closing price closed higher than the open, then that means it would have been a bullish one. I was wondering if we could pull stats to see if they're at the next candle, how often it went at least from the high 20 pips above the closing price, regardless
Yeah,
of
that'd be-
what price, sorry, what color the next candle closes. But like, I'm more interested to see, like, if this closes bullish, does it do
What's that
at least
range?
something like that?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, no, that's pretty simple to code up.
Cool. Then we can actually get like some proper stats to see how many times you got a 20 pip move with that color candle. We'll discuss after.
Yeah, okay. No, let's chat about it a bit later after the stream.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
That 15-minute no wick also is the base of that candle. That fair value gap there too. On the 30.
Yeah, it is true.
I like that target.
We might go there now.
Not going to take when we get there.
Oh, you did this Marin last time manually. Did last month backtest. The minimum was 4 pips, but most of the time greater than 10. Cool. Yeah, so I'm pretty keen to get this, just to pull a whole bunch of stats to see what the likelihood of it is. Of course, it's so critical to pick out the times it doesn't work by like where that candle is in relation to other things, obstacles. But it'd be interesting just to see if it comes out 50%. Imagine that. So we've got a perfect double top at the moment. So I wonder if even if it swept the high, closed back inside this area, well now we've created a new high.
Taking the high.
Yeah, now it's taken it. All right, fingers, computer's ready to trade. 30 seconds. So probably should be looking for buys going by this candle.
Yeah.
If we can close above it, then we can go to the top for sure. So sweep, come down, and then breaking above here again. Could be a nice little push back up this 15,285. Okay, can it come down to this area? Right here. Okay, there's what's going on with the sessions? Nothing. What's up with my sessions? This one down here in the center. This is my UK. Okay, we're flipping. I drew a little purple range box. Maybe you're looking at that one. Yeah, I was waiting to see if something can close outside of it. More drawn the 15-minute here, and something did. This one here closed outside of it. This one's wick down. Let's see what it does. There's no top wick. That's the danger point for it.
That's just filled that M30 liquidity candle wick.
Yeah, that's the other thing I had on the 30 on the M30.
Okay, but you know this place is all you can eat, right?
Was
Fair value.
before what I was hoping for was this one to close bearish, and then this could have been a resistance created.
Yeah, I took that on the pullback and just pulled out when we'd filled that wick. That was a good trade.
Yeah, I want to see it do a liquidity grab, sweep here, close bearish, and take these sells. When was the last time the daily had no closing bottom wick? Sorry, I just no closing. There was a day. There was a day not too long ago. Ooh, a little pop. Well, this candle's moved 20 pips now, so the 30-minute did its job. That's 20 pips. Okay, if we can close back in, fake out, that'd be very interesting.
I didn't hear you talk when you're setting up your purple box. That's just that last bit of structure, yeah?
It's the 15-minute.
Yep.
It's
That manipulation
these
you're
ones.
talking about. Yeah.
But this one here closed outside of it.
Yeah,
But I-
negated it, yeah.
But I'm looking for this downside.
Mm.
So I know, like, you can usually get that 10 to 20 pips. So, sorry, you can usually get that 20 pips in the first 10 to 20 minutes following this candle. But I'm pretty keen for the sells. So I don't want to entertain buy. As soon as I start looking for a buy, especially right now with the headache, I know I'll miss something. So I'm just keen to wait for something that I recognize to the downside. And just say, like, any buys, happy to forego it. If it does keep on pushing up, I can always plan another trade around that. Okay, so this one here closed quite nice. This 5-minute. So let's see if this one can hold, and we can just keep on pushing down. Probably taking some liquidity from up here as well. Took that 15-minute, no top wick. So if we can just stall up here, I want to see price not filling this wick too much. So this could be the first candle I'm looking for. Well, it is the first candle. Now I just want to see what this one's going to do. Because this will be my entry area. We just need to see, like, this 5-minute candle, because at the moment this 15-minute candle could just be creating the bottom wick, and we just keep that momentum going. So I just need to make sure that we're starting to change a sort of an internal little structure. Yeah, Al, if that 5-minute setup would be good, really nice. Cool. Alrighty. Let's just break this low. Come on, you can do it. Cool. All right. Now we don't want to see now it's broken the low. We don't want to see it be a fake out. A fake out of this fake out. Give us a good close. We've still got a little bit of this structure to deal with on the 3 minutes. Come on. Okay, it's kind of crappy closes. I'll move this up here. Just want something to close outside of this area now, to then start the target sweeping some of this liquidity. But we've got a 5-minute rejection and we've got the doji here. So retesting this wick, I'll probably give it a shot. 15-minute though is still quite bullish. So actually no, I'm not gonna take it from here. I think it's too risky with the momentum on like the 15 and the 30s. So it's actually better if oh, it did it. It actually did it. But closing under here would be much better. But that's the setup right there. 5-minute rejection. Doji. Take the top of the doji. Now start breaking the low of that doji. Close underneath and keep it dropping. Yeah, it was quick. Come on. Just break out of this bloody range. Yes, sir. Come on. Cool. Good one. Yeah. Just bleed out now. Just bleed out. Where'd you get in, Manny? 15,229. No, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. That's a great entry. I mean, there's like this. That's like anticipation, confirmation, combination. Oh, MM15225. Yeah, no, it's a good entry. Dave got in there as well. Very good. And Daniels as well. Awesome, man. What's the target? Well, I don't want to be too greedy, but I'd love to see my target being 15,020.
You in, Hayden?
Yeah, yeah. Wanted to enter 250, then 240. Oh yeah, I see. Planned, both missed. That's all right. That's all right. Oh, it was pretty much the same as it was flipping. I was too hesitant, and I was like, oh shoot. And then it should be better as it closed. Of like, you know what? I'm gonna be a chicken again. In but a little late, 215. Oh, you just got in there. So when that happens, when you're that late, that's a real late entry. As in, like a proper late entry, we're waiting for a pullback still. Because this is the move from the move down, and that was a 40 pip move. That seemed like an impulsive FOMO entry. Come on, don't come back.
I bought that one.
Oh, did you? Don't buy, mate. Everyone's gotta
Euro
start
low.
selling.
Huh? Hey, I'm usually buying while you're selling. That's why I'm only in a percentage spot.
Everyone should start selling so we can push it down. Yeah, come down and swept the Frankfurt Open low. All right, where's your stop loss? Let's look for it.
Oh, I'm out already.
Oh damn! It's gonna come back to the entry because I've got crap spread on this thing.
There's also the Asian 50% too.
Far out, man. I'm out. Alright, I'm out. Break even.
Will you be looking to get back in?
Yeah. Yeah, I bloody hate trade on this prop account. but I won't, not when it's in this range area, not when it's in here. So if it could, it's just a bumpy area. Like it's also the easier sells are down here. I knew I should have secured something on this prop account when it was down here. That was like 20 pips up. And then just this candle literally took even a took a loss on it. It was always get the entry gets slipped, and it's always like a lot. I mean, when I say loss, it was 64 cents plus commissions, which was, you know, that adds up now because we're paying commissions on this plus 3 pips, and I'm getting the. It just never seems to trigger, like where I get in is never where I put it. So annoying. How am I doing on that account? Oh, it's okay. It's sort of grinding there. I'm around 1.5%, 1.4% up.
What's the target on that one?
8%.
Okay. Is it one stage?
2 stages.
Okay.
But I've been doing like after that big booby last time, I'm doing like really low risk on that one, like 0.1, 0.2%. So it's just feeling like a bit of a grind. And I'm only doing it for this London Open because like the rest of the time I've got I don't have it connected to my phone. So as soon as I turn this computer off, I'm not really opening the computer again until all the alerts and ideas are already preset. So but that's taken on my personal account because I'm not going to waste my time wasting money trying to trade. Well, if I'm at the computer, I'll take it on the prop account, but I don't trust trading that on the phone with the latency, the issues I've been finding, like connecting and stuff.
Harder, slower to close the trade too.
Probably late there. So I don't know. I just once I finish the London Open trading it, because I want to keep it like pretty transparent what the trades entries I'm taking on it as well when I do like the weekly reviews and stuff for my personal account. Like they're the ones that are connected to the phone. But yeah, this like 3 pip spread is pretty crazy on German 40. No, and commission. That's the thing that gets me. No, and commission. Spread is 1.9. Yeah, well, my Pepperstone is 0.9 and no commission. And then this one here is Market Watch is 3.2. 3.2, 2.2, 3.2, but every time I put a trade on, it's never 2.2. Alpha 0.6, no commission. Yeah, see, 8 caps. Well, the plugins that they use on 8. Anytime I see a prop account with 8 cap as their broker, I remember that I've got small sample size. I've only tried two that had 8 cap. One took 20 seconds to put a trade on, and then this one is just the spreads suck. But I think other people have said that on our 8 cap with the normal account, they don't have anywhere near the same thing. So I'm sure it's just the plugins used on top of it. So also, yeah, I mean, I never got that here. This here took me out and gave me 60-cent loss. Oh well. Okay, it looks like we're going downtown now. Come back and done the sweep. Now we can close underneath and we can continue down to 15,020.
It's going to be a bumpy ride down, but
Yeah, there's no real stimulus to drive price. No wick candle, no wick candle, no wick candle. So what's going on here? What's UK100 doing? Oh, how quick? Sorry, I missed some question. How quick am I putting stop loss to break even? On the proper count, I don't know why, but I'm doing it pretty quickly. I'm doing it pretty quickly. When I was like 20 pips up, I was like, I can't take a loss on this. What I'd prefer to do is I didn't do it on this case, but if I move stop loss to break even to take some profit off the table, because the amount of times I move it to break even just gets taken out. So you might as well take some profit, because moving that stop loss to break even, you're pretty much ensuring you're going to get stopped out. So might as well take some off the table at the same time. Okay, so UK 100, still looking at this idea. So we're dropping, that means pound US. What's pound US doing? Just ranging. Gold is falling. We pushed up an Asian session. I was watching this. I was actually considering taking this sell because I was up until 2 o'clock last night. I think that's why I got a headache. Before I was able to, Maddie was asleep and so good. So I didn't want to move her until she woke up. But I saw this push back up to 1954. Now we've dropped nearly 100 pips. Crazy. So looking at the stats, for gold, it's actually not a bad one to trade in the Asian session, I'm thinking. Not for me. But like if you're wanting to find something that's fairly slow, Asian session and London session, there actually wasn't. I know you can have some monster London, like London Open days, but the majority of the Asian and the London are more or less the same. And Asian's a lot slower. You very rarely will get, like, unless it's fundamental news, you don't get those surprise crazy wicks as often in Asian session as you do in London session. So Debbie here, that when you were saying you really just want something to trade in Asian because the timing is better for you, spread is low. Spread is around 1 point something in Asian session, and it's consistently, you know, you should be able to get like 60 pips on average of move. Not you should get 60 pips trade, but you should be able to get the price should move 60 pips, which in Asian sessions is actually not that bad. So, and spread's low. Like you can't trade German in Asian session. Spread's around 7, and it just doesn't move. But Asian versus London, if I had to choose one, I'd rather say I'm going to trade gold in Asian session rather than trying to do gold in London session, because you're trying to do German in London session.
Yeah.
Am I in trade? No, I wasn't. I was in the trade, not anymore. Okay, you trade US yen. Oh yeah, US yen, not bad. It's not bad. This is US yen is also okay, for sure. Yeah, anything that's got yen in it. Aussie yen's a good one. US yen's a good one. All right, come on. Let's. Enough of this. Enough of this down, up movement. Let's just. We've retested this area twice now. Third time we break, we can go downtown.
Three 1 minute HCS from upside.
We've got the trifecta, huh?
Yeah, took a couple of them.
Pulling liquidity. Come on. M5 looking good, yeah. Let's load up the other. Come on, drop to at least. Oh, this is one. Get off the 1 minutes as well. I'm not going to trade that 1 minutes. Let's push down to at least take out the euro low, pre-London low.
Daily open.
Yeah, at least. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, Dave.
Black line. Is that a monthly close, Hayden? The black line?
Yes, it is. 15,191.
Oh, daily open. Go for it. Let's go.
I'm going to get a coffee.
Yes, please.
That's the cue for it to drop.
One minute.
Oh, it went the wrong way. Damn. Jesus, what happened when I was gone?
That 30-minute candle was too good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Eddie Hughes having a meeting. Do you reckon they're having a bit of a chin wag?
What's that?
ECB meeting at the moment?
Is there? It wasn't scheduled till later.
Definitely need to get some stats on how far it moves when you go and get a coffee, Hayden.
Yeah.
Bill, can you program that?
Might be a bit more work. Might not.
They turn your camera off just before you do it, mate, so the market maker doesn't know.
Yeah. Well, it definitely the wrong effect happened. So the buys were the good ones. Oh well. Geez, like what happened as well? Like that was just one solid candle. 5 minutes. That literally the coffee break went 40 pips. Yeah, the decaf. There's so much liquidity to the downside. $30 minutes looking good.
That'd just be a retest of that candle now, then going back down.
What was that, sorry?
Could this just be a retest now of that candle? That 45-minute candle?
I don't know. I don't know, really. There was liquidity up here as well. And the way this is just looking, this is bullish. You wouldn't, yeah, it's just, I wouldn't want to be getting, for sells, it's under here. Under here is the sell zone. Yeah. Normally I'd love it just to keep on going up and up and up and up. But I feel from my eyes, I feel we haven't had a decent correction yet. before justifying to keep on going up. And I feel like we're at this 4 hour, like looking at the higher time frame trend, I would just be very hesitant to think that we're just going to keep on pushing up all the way through these levels without at least doing some sort of higher low. I know this looks like a higher low, but I feel like there's just too much to be swept under here before then being able to suck in sellers before going up. And right now, so it's just at this area that I really don't feel comfortable buying it. I don't know why. So I'm more keen to sell it, and because I've already I got my bias of looking for those sells. Now I just need to look for those. I just need to stick to it. But it'll be easier for me to look for sells is looking for a clear zone to sell from. And unfortunately, in this area, I don't see anything that, like, because it's so recent, as in like after NYSE yesterday, I don't feel confident in any of these levels thinking there could be an easy sell from it. So what I'd need to think about is entire range for how far price goes. So I just don't think there's anything going to be setting up immediately for me to want, even if it gives me like a setup, like a 5-minute rejection, push down and retest. I need to see a rejection at a zone of interest. I don't have any zones of interest inside of here. Nothing that stood out to me anyway. So that way you'd have to be thinking, yeah, but that's just one 5-minute candle late in the session as well. So I'd be thinking that with all this amount of bullish pressure going on, that I don't want to just be trying to like buy the high without proper confirmation. So you'd be thinking of you'd want to be going with the momentum, taking advantage of the pullbacks. These are the kind of things like, right, I'm not going to force a trade. That's the thing. Just can't force a trade here. So I've got my alerts set, and I know there's going to be some lovely sells, especially if we've done a liquidity grab from here. As soon as we start breaking under here, we're going to get that cascade of selling taking place. And I'm just going to have to wait, and it sucks it kind of sucks when it's just doing this, and this, and you're trying to wait for these sells, but you know the sells are coming. You know they're coming, but price is going up. So what do? Force trades inside of here, take trades against your bias, all those little things. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Because the sales are coming, 100%. So I can't look for buys. I don't know, what do you guys reckon? Do you think it's going to keep on going up?
I've got that 5-minute no wick in the New York session as a potential reversal point.
Yeah, that's what Glenn was looking at. So this one
but
right
I
here.
need something on the 3-minute to give me an entry, I think.
There was an imbalance in there, depending on what time frame you're looking, and that was the same spot as there was imbalance on the previous push up.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, even everything in this zone here has been fast moving, even down here.
it's going to be a patience building day. Range is not too good yet, so it's like 50 pips, so we've got plenty more we could go. Let's see. We'll see if this one, if we get a setup from this imbalance candle, then we'll look to it. What's UK 100? Did it flip? Oh, holy. Really turned around. Just bloody missed my little alert to tell me. Literally less than 1 pip away to say start getting interested in it. So it swept the Asian low. It swept the Asian low over here. You see it got really close to this line. There was the Asian low. What I was looking for it was to take this area, and then I was going to be pretty keen to be buying underneath it. The price just turned around just shy of it. Oh, okay. It's 5 minutes looking promising. It's not really out of zone though, so but we've got 2.5 minutes, 8:47, due for a reversal.
Asian Y there. I can't remember what day it's from, but it's on my chart. I think it's from that before the big push down. There was a heap of Asian sessions there.
Right. Now we're coming down. Okay. I mean, not coming down, we're breaking the lows, I mean. 15 minutes just come to a close. So this is the first few minutes of the 15-minute candle. Can I get a trade in here? Imbalance. Jeez. If it wicks up now, I'll give it a shot on my. If it can wick up. Might be a bit of steep to ask that. But I want it. What's US30 flying?
Jeez.
Well, is there any more comments?
I can't see any.
Applies time now bearing down inflation, though we cannot claim victory. Oh. I'd like to see it to come back up. I'm not taking the entry there. I'm thinking trading underneath here. So let it come back up, and if it can properly close under here, I think you can easily take it down now.
That move started with no wick.
Yeah, I'd like to see it push up and then leave a low, and then have something actually like breaking it properly, and then just take like this late entry. I think I'd be fairly unlucky for it to go down, up, like that, given the timing of it all. Because I think like if it goes down and we can push back up here, getting so close to this hourly candle closing, as we're starting to push down again, then we're going to be leaving like quite a significant top wick. And this hour opened over on this one. So if we opened here and we wick up and we're starting to flip bearish again, then I think I'll be pretty unlucky to take a loss on that. But I wanted it to leave a low to be broken. This just hasn't done it. Let's see, maybe that one. Because if it doesn't do this if it doesn't do that and then break in it, then this could just be a pullback where stay contained within this one bullish candle. It had a lot of bullish volume. So you want to see a swing, like structure attacked. And if it, I'd be happy just to wait for it to do that completely, even if it doesn't do it in the like next 8 minutes. Oh, come on! Because look at the hour candle now. This is the hour candle, bottom left. Alright, I'm gonna give it a shot. I think it's coming down quite aggressively now. Okay. Yeah. As I said, I was going to give it a shot. Personal account. Personal account. Because I can't justify getting slipped. Then my entry will have been like, say, somewhere here. Okay, so we're at the base of this candle now. This little move. So if we can break under here, I think we're in the clear. If we're rejecting, I'm actually going to leave it break even as well. If we're rejecting again, I don't want to be in this trade. I'm not taking anything off the table though on the personal account. I'm happy with this, just trusting the sells eventually going to come in. But I know maybe my headache is just making me not want to think too much. So just make it nice and simple for myself. Just coming down aggressively. Wanted it to bounce, but it wasn't bouncing. So as it was sort of breaking through, looking at the hour candle as it was flipping, leaving this like nice wick, I think if we can actually have this hour candle close quite significant, then price might just keep on dropping. But this is a bit of an issue. This little zone, like this base of this candle. Let me zoom in on for you. This is a little bit of an issue. So I don't want to like take a risk of it bouncing back up again and being, you know, so many times 20 pips in profit. So that's it. That's going to be my second trade. What's this? Pill developments in the real economy are weaker than forecast. That pill sounds like a pill. He was talking yesterday as well. Did you see that M5 FEG on New York? You mean this one over here? This one over here? One that the boys pointed out? Yeah, I mean, it's, like, to be totally honest, I haven't got there's no real zone here for me to be looking for the sells like up the top. So really, this was just trying to combine, thinking I don't want to be looking for buys. As I said, I just felt as soon as I start looking for buys, this will happen. So I'd rather just wait for that to happen. And then as this did create that resistance, I was hoping we were going to pull back, create that structure, and then to break. Because two reasons waiting for that to happen is that if that creates a support, and then as it's breaking that support, then it kind of gives you a nicer protection for where to put your stop loss. My stop loss is really based on I just don't want to take a loss. But as it was breaking down with volume, coming to the end of this hour candle, I mean, hour candle now it's not looking as good as it was. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to force anything here as well. I mean, I would, if it's just 2 BEs for the session because of this, I'll just wait and then set my alerts and say once we're breaking under here, algos will take over and there'll be selling involved. And that could be with New York volume. That's been playing out pretty nicely. Oh, this is what I've been saying all week. That this is, it's a shit set. It's a shit area to be trading. You know, we've got. Let me just put these side by side. So daily 4 hour. Oh, look at this bastard, man. And then we'll go 1 hour and 30 minute. So we look at daily H4. 1 hour, and 30-minute. So you got daily. Daily, we've got price just trending lower. 4 hour, same thing. Trending lower. 1 hour. 30-minute. All trending, well, apart from this, like looking like accumulation. But we're all like daily and 4 hour and downtrend. 1 hour and 30-minute uptrend. And we're right in this zone on the daily and the 4 hour. So we're quite at this like critical mass point that is this just a pullback and now we're going down on the H4 on the daily, or on the 1 hour, the same area that we're in, is this just a pullback to keep on going higher? So you've got who's right here? Which side of the chart are you trusting? That hour and 30-minute we're in uptrend, or H4 and daily we're in downtrend? Because we're right in the middle point, saying that if we fail to keep on breaking lower and we start pushing up, then this could be the start of the new cycle, new business cycle, the new trend going up. So we just don't know. We just don't know yet. And so right now you'd have higher time frame traders keeping price compressed. You'd have lower time frame traders thinking we're going up. So right now you've got a lot of forces compressing each other. So we're getting this kind of whipsaw. And that's what I was meaning. Like if we look at the 3 hour chart or something like that, when 3 hour chart, just what it does is it takes out this close here. Okay, but if we look at the 3 hour chart, we can say that we're starting to resemble, like it wouldn't be a stretch to say, you know, we have ranged in this area quite a lot previously. So are we just going to range for a bit more until we get a bit more economic data to say, oh, soft landing, recession's over, cut interest rates. Question, Deb, don't we have to trust the high time frame? No, I don't have to trust anything, because we're day trading. You know, how many times have I taken a good little buy on a daily candle that closes like this? I've taken many times buys on daily candles that close like this, because maybe you're buying the top wick and for price to go up. If you're holding trades over, say, you know, a week, yeah, you should trust the higher time frame. But on an actual day, from a day-to-day point of view, you don't have to trust the higher time frame necessarily. If you see like, you know, oh shoot, that's pretty bad. If you see clean range, you know, and we are seeing candles close, you know, there is really no reason why you can't trade that range. It's just a problem of this one here, as I find that this might be a fake out, and I'm kind of thinking like this is the area, and I quite like the idea of having a more significant sell under here to then look for those buys. So I feel like I'm just buying the high, so I'm uncomfortable buying the high. Do I always trade DAX? Yeah, I mean, I'd put some other trades on other pairs, but DAX is the one I'm predominantly focused on. Yeah, this sucks, man. Nothing again. All right, any questions, guys? Bloody messy old session. Little move to the upside, came down, retested the euro low, pushed up, came down, pushed up, came down, and then we rose quite aggressively at this stage, and then we then we saw the clean candle get filled, come back down to the support again. Now creating the support. Yeah, no real steady moves. So it had to be like a little boxer here, just quick jabs in and out. All right, well, we'll go over my ideas later on now. Hey, we'll go for just put those alerts on and just wait for price to get out of this zone. So YouTube guys, I'm gonna end it there. Trade safe, okay. We need more like CPI news and NFP news and exciting news to get price to like get that steady move. At the moment it's just chop chop chop. Cool. All right, well, I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully we get some better news. Powell speaking at 7 p.m. tonight, so UK time. So maybe he'll bring the fire. He'll say, you know what, F you guys, we're holding rates up. I don't care about the stock market, because he's probably positioned himself for sells, and then he crashes it. And then we can sell it, and then we can buy it. So yeah, trashy open. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, YouTube. Catch ya. My people, stay on.